So, Mr. Emil, I want you to be on the laptop. You should be the one controlling laptop. Veteran is using the other phone to log on the Zoom. Will go on that Zoom link. Same thing that Mr. Wilson is doing with Marlovlin on the other side. Use the other phone and log on there. Veteran is using the other phone to log on to the Zoom with it. Just leave Mr. Emil to work on the laptop. And then, meanwhile, Niruben, you should be looking at what Mr. Emil is doing. And then let's proceed and finish the meeting. And this is how teamwork works. My secretary has just done a portion. It was assigned. My secretary was assigned to put the brochure, to put the flyer. She has done it, and she comes to give to me without necessarily being there, because we're going to have a fundraising event tonight. You know, if you are in a position of authority, that is how you sit there and you just lead people. All right. So, Mr. Wilson, I don't see you working on your phone. Why are you not following instructions from the command? I gave you a phone. I gave you a phone to use the phone to log on that Zoom link. Marlovlin is beside you. Marlovlin is beside you. You guys work with that, and then you are now showing the elder. Once you log on, you should be live on the Zoom. Meanwhile, Mr. Veteran is using the other phone to log on there. Mr. Emil is the one working on the laptop to connect from the laptop, basically connect. Niru's duty is watching. See what Mr. Emil is doing, how he can do it, and how we can, that's how teamwork works. So you guys tell me the difficulties you are seeing right there. So we are doing a live Zoom and troubleshooting. And then Mr. Emil, at the end, there's a solution to the reason when you're using the laptop, you want people to listen and just go. After this, Mr. Emil, you will call Iceman, Alex, and say, Iceman, yes, Iceman, you came here and discovered that every time we are talking on Zoom, we have to be moving our stuff from here and there. We want a system. What is the system that we need to buy to be making sure that it doesn't have to be shifting the laptop? Iceman came there, he identified it. So see right there. So Mr. Veteran, you probably just gotta leave a little bit further from where you are, or let's see what your system is going to say. So Mr. Emil, you just work directly with me. Tell me what you are seeing, tell me the problem that you are having, and then I will talk to you. Meanwhile, Mr. Veteran is concentrating, logging in. He's already logged in. So the next person is Mr. Wilson and Marlovlin playing around with that one. So, and now you all guys have logged in.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This problem have been is been persisting because even our earlier meeting during the day, that's why if you notice, we went offline on several occasions.
But at a certain point in time,
I will have to recommend, and most often the connecting is not that easy. I've tried about 4 to 5 times. That's why.
Yeah, that is not the point. The point is that if you are shut down, you have 3 phones. Just is what we're just doing now. You've already logged on one of the phones. You see what I'm saying? Veteran has logged on one of the phones. If he falls on the other one, you got to open up with the phone. So, Mr. Veteran, you can go ahead now and log off from that phone, and then you still connected. Okay, who is Mr. Beto? Who's Mr. Beto Jones? Hold on. No, hey, just focus on me. Focus on me. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing, Mr. Emir. I know what I'm doing. Who is Mr. Berto Jones?
Yes, that's my name.
Okay, so you see, you see how things work, Mr. Wilson, Mr. Paben, Marlovlin, Ani Ruben, and Emil. When you are not able to connect with the laptop, you had this connectivity that could have been done by either one of the phones. Okay, one phone, Mr. Bertrand says his name is Mr. Berto Jones. So I don't know why you should be doing that with a high rank in the organization. You should not be doing that, HRD.
Yes, Chairman, that's the name that I used to use for when I was using my own phone before getting the phone for the office.
I understand. I understand that. I understand. I'm just Mr. Veteran. Mr. Veteran, I'm helping you out. Do not do that. Go change that. This is just wrong. Even you want to open a business, don't do that. But naturally, do the right thing.
I've not entered Zoom with that phone for a very long time now, Chairman. So seeing it there, I don't even know the name, but it's there. I thought it would change.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You just discovered, that's fine. Yeah, if I were you, you want to change it because you know, you're in a high organization, high ranking, and yourself, you know, that's fine. Anyway, let me not even go there. But you guys focus. You see where, Mr. Wilson, have you learned anything from here?
Yes.
What have you learned?
I have learned that it should be in the name of the JRCCA.
No, don't worry about that. Don't forget about that one. That's not the point. And don't worry. I'm talking about you guys got disconnected. Don't worry about this little piece. I understand. I saw that a long time ago. I don't want to say anything. But my point is, what have you learned from the connectivity issue? Okay, my lovely, what have you learned from the connectivity issue? Yeah, you see, you don't really have any problem there at BHO, right? That's what you should learn. When you got disconnected, you don't have a problem. Do you, Mr. Emil?
Yes, I've learned how to assist one another when times of difficulty because I've learned that we could have used the phone directly instead of just relying on the laptop.
Yeah. And what I also learned from here is that I am just genuinely believing that you guys do not know that. You see, that's how I'm believing. You see, giving you a vote of confidence. Otherwise, you had the connectivity. There's no connectivity issue there. So if this one falls back, you're supposed to do the same thing that I'm saying. The reason why you appoint two people in a position is that what? You have the vice president and the president. You got a human resource assistant and the assistant. You got a human resource and administrative assistant. You have every zonal director. You have the first zonal director and assistant, SNT and assistant. So that what happened, Mr. Emil? If one is not functioning, what will happen, Mr. Emil?
The activity can take over. So it came to the phone. If one is not functioning, then we can use another one.
Okay, because I can genuinely see that Mr. Wilson did not know that, oh, I could have logged onto my phone directly and just joined the thing. Because when you look at genuinely Mr. Wilson, he is somebody who wanted to learn. You can see that he genuinely did not understand. But now he understands that if you are sitting there, if there is no connectivity on the laptop, you jump on what, Mr. Wilson?
Just go on phone.
Simple as that. Okay, so let's go ahead and complete our meeting. So did you guys learn anything from that aspect that we were talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now Okay, what you do now, Mr. Wilson, you will now log out. Log out from there. The only thing that will be operating now, if for example, the computer shut down, you jump on your phone. So log out. So that we concentrate only on we concentrate only on one thing. Okay, so we have resolved that issue now. You see that? We are back online. Okay, so Mr. Emil, put on your video on the laptop. Okay, Mr. Emil, what you just went through, I need Mr. Wilson, need Ruben, I have observed. I need Mr. Wilson to come and sit on your right-hand side. Need Ruben, go sit where Mr. Wilson is. And then my Loveline comes there too. And see what you just did. Show them exactly what you just did. Okay. Mr. Emil, what I'm doing here is exactly, it's a workshop. This is how you can operate a workshop and teach people individually. You can put on your schedule. They say, hey, Pa Ben, Mr. Wilson, I want to teach you basic concept on operating the laptop or computer. You put that there Monday through Friday. Like, you know, that is the kind of thing. If you are hired there, Mr. Emil, right now to be the human resource director, the operating manager, that is the kind of thing. That is empowerment that I'm talking. That's something that you can help. And when you do it to everybody that is out there, you document that. That's a piece of instruction. That's a piece of workshop that you sit back. Mr. Wilson runs it this day, Pa Ben runs it this day. And before you realize, everybody is like you. And then when you do that 2-3 times, you don't want to do it, then you can basically let them go. Or you do remedial training. Okay, so very good. I think Loveline, I'm sure Loveline understands that this leadership is not for men. Okay, anyone in there can be able to step in. That is what I'm training you. You can be able to step in and be a chairman like me. I don't come here to play games. I'm not Tito or Comfort. I know it's Spielberg, but when you do something, it automatically comes to my mind as that's the mentality. Guys, it's not there with me. I'm sorry to mention that, but when you do that, you don't step away. It's a problem. So, Mr. Emil, you can now turn off your phone.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, and then we use yeah. So we're now. You see how we just troubleshoot on certain things, common basic stuff that is what I expect you. If I were to send you to where, for example, to go sit to where, I expect you to go there. The life of somebody in where will change by you bringing that person on the computer and we log in live like this. This is what is going on in Ghana. This is what is going on in Kenya. This is what in the remote suburb of Kenya, Ghana, all those things that I'm exposing you guys to the garden for. For Pa Ben and Mr. Wilson, you guys don't yet know. The meeting from, I don't know whether you've ready to change the mentality. The meeting we had in the garden, you have somebody coming from Kenya to meet you guys there. So that is one of those things that all these things is something that when they come to you, you guys should be able to know basic stuff like this. Okay, so now let's continue with the next paragraph. The one thing that my secretary came and announced here was that I've sent your names. I've set up a satellite Rotary Club very soon from the top bottom. they will be announcing that you are already in the world books as satellite club members. These are basic things you got to know, and they already know most of the things that we are not doing right. And I'm trying to here to help everybody. So number 4, so what do we conclude? Pa Ben, it all now falls on you as a governing council chairperson. Even though Veteran, I don't know why Veteran did not sit you down and say, no, Pa Ben, this is what it is. This is really down to you and say, Pa Ben, you need to be able to say on the 25th, actually the 25th is reserved for Veteran. If Veteran was doing what he's supposed to do, he will collect his stuff from the assistant human resource that we approve for him as a human resource director to must have at all zonal director. We ask him to find 2. Don't come and be telling me that there is nobody, this person. No, there are many people out there. You just need to figure out. If you cannot do it, you let me know. I will assist you. Zone 1 has to have 2 assistant human resources that will work out, make sure there's a requirement. There's a requirement how to earn. This is an ongoing business. If you are an officer in the organization, you know your role. So when it comes to you on the 25th, Veteran collects all activity log, and you, Mr. Pa Ben, on the 26th or 7th, either way, before the first or before the end of the month, you convene everybody in a meeting like this at the BHO. Take one activity log, Mr. Wilson. Okay, this is what you did. This is what you say you did. This is what you say. This is what you say you did. We all agree. And then, Pa Ben, you say, okay, good, approve. Oh, Mr. Wilson, you wrote it here that you did this, you did this. How come, where is it? Oh, Miss Lovely, you say you did this, where is it? No, kick it back, correct that, and make it happen. You will not earn, you want to earn what you actually deserve. And then once you finish like that, then you as a governing council chairman or chairwoman, you now send it to human resource, who is there in that meeting with you because he's supposed to be testifying. And then when you sign off on that, the human resource person who is a he or she, you now take it and say, report from the governing council chairman, send it to the president. And the president does what? President still go over a review. My governing council chairperson, okay, Mr. Wilson is good. Mr. Emil is good. But where is this that this is happened like this? Oh yeah, Madam President, you know that this is this because of this is, okay. That reason is all reasonable. You must have thought it through. Okay, thank you, Mr. Governing Council Chairman. Boom, boom. That is, you have 5 days to do this. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. On the 28th day, you bring in accountant, the treasurer. Hey, Mr. Accountant or Mrs. Accountant or Mr. Treasurer, this is all we got ready to go. We are requesting this amount of money for this. Here's the justification. Turn it over to the treasurer and the accountant. Accountant still look scrutinized and look, no, this is not in compliance with this. Oh yeah, it's all good. Put the stamp. Now you send it to who? To the board. Give the board at least 2 days before the end of the month. And the board just basically look at the whole thing. By the time it even get up everything, by the time it leave the zonal director, every package should be okay. Human resource cannot even bring this package to you guys when he sees the deficiencies. You understand? The human resource should not even bring any package that is, because if the package come from human resource to you, the governing council, it should be correct, complete. Why? Because he has to be implementing the rules. And we've gone through this months, weeks, days, and hours. So that when you sit there, It should the integrity. That's a process that we've been thinking that we are applying. So it comes from zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, because you're not just thinking about yourself. And then you yourself, while you are getting money, somebody in zone 1 is getting, zone 2 is getting, someone in zone 3 or zone 4. I'm not gonna, I mean, you get the money according to your grade right there. That's the way we systematically practice it. What you put in, you're gonna get. Not a hard process. You can talk on it, It becomes hard if you don't do it. And we go back to the Cameroon system where we are now fighting wars because everything is just jungle. It doesn't work like that. So you ought to be an outstanding organization that makes this different. And once you do this, I guarantee you there would have been, right now we should be having 10 people in zone 1, 10 people in zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, the multiplicity of people coming in because they are getting money coming all the way to them. Anyway, that's enough. So let's go to the next few points are what? Okay, number 5, policy on stipend change. All right. From today, you will not be, nobody, this organization will have a lot of policy changes. We will paying money to people just for coming for conference meetings like this. It's not gonna happen. Okay, progress report, SMART goals and action steps, SWOT, after action review, inventory, like Liberia is doing. HRD, how many progress report did you receive for the month of May? Zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5. That's how I supposed to, you should be reporting. From zone 1, I received the following SMART goals, SWOT, after action review, inventory, which is what we've seen. Liberia has given all of these things, very professionally made, more than the people we are expecting, because each zone is supposed to provide 50. Liberia has gone more with all these things. That's how they report. Okay. Who are the members of the satellite or JRCCA NGO? Fabian, how many members do you have?
The question again?
How many members do you have in JRCCA?
In the office, in the BHO or JRCCA altogether, zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, right up to zone 5.
Mr. Wilson, can you answer that question to help Mr. Educate? That's the lack of education that we as leader in position should have been putting out there. Mr. Wilson, help Ben.
Yeah, thank you very much. Ben is the governance committee chairman, and I, Wilson, as a membership director, we ought to know all our members and know their membership.
No, I can sympathize with you, but not at this time anymore, Mr. Wilson. No, you are shifting your responsibility. Membership director is supposed to know. Once you've already given it to them, I know that you've already educated the people that here are the number of people. Then you come to give that answer at this point, I would have said, yeah, but I'm not going to say yes to you, Mr. Wilson. Somebody has to be in there to at least get the statistics. We've not even gotten there, but think about the question, Mr. Wilson. Answer the question that Paben asked. Is it zone 1, just for zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5? You sitting there as a BHO, a membership director. How will you answer that question, Mr. Wilson?
I know the number that we have here in the BHO. We are 12 of us.
You are very wrong, Mr. Wilson. You are not, you are very wrong. That's a problem that you guys have there. You are sitting there in Yaoundé. You don't even know how many people are in Cameroon. That's the same thing. I just want to, that's a bigger issue. But if you're doing effort, you could do. That's the same thing. I cannot, you're sitting there, you are sitting there, I'm looking at you as the president of the republic. Do you understand? Of that country. All right? So let me tell you that the president of the republic there, if I were to ask a question, because you are an NGO that wants to make a difference, the president of the republic should be answering that question to me. How many people, what is the population? Look at this organization as bigger than what you are taking it to be. This organization is big than Cameroon, more than Cameroon. So think that way. So this question, Mr. Wilson, that Pa Ben asked, you should be able, from today, if you want to progress, from today, you should be able to say, Pa Ben, you just enlightened me to wake up. You've just enlightened me. I should know the number of people in JRCCA, not BHO. What am I saying, Pa Ben? Emil, everyone sitting here. I'm telling you that we have 100, when I speak from BHO, I'm speaking for the entire JRCCA. That means zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, and affiliates. So you ought to know that, get that statistics. And the one way to get that statistics is you, Mr. Wilson, sitting there. You got to know who is the zonal director for zone 1, the SNT for zone 1, and the human resource for zone 1, zone 2, SNT, all of those. You got to know the assistant human resource for zone 1, zone 2, human resource for zone 2, everybody in zone 2. Zonal director for zone 3, assistant human resources for zone 3, SNT for zone 3, zonal director for zone 4, assistant human resources, SNT, all of that. And then zone 5, where it's getting bigger. You start with where? Where's my second home, Mr. Wilson?
His way.
Okay, you got to make sure you find out a zonal director there, appoint one that is active, SNT and the rest. So I need that. Because the bottom line is, if this line gets disconnected again, the bottom line is I need this particular thing for all these things that is on here, enumerated to 14. I need it done in the next 30 days. If it's not get done, you guys have to close down that BHO, and I will be recommending that if you don't change your mentality, be ready to pack and leave from BHO. I want these things to be done. That's the essence for this meeting. All right. So, announcement of JRCCA appointment. I am appointing the guy who came in there and kind of really, if you heard him, the chief executive officer in charge of managing and supervising all the department is Iceman. Based on the report that Iceman came in there and did, the guy came in there and he proved a lot of things. And I'm sure that Marlovlin will wake up from here and say, no way. The thought process that I had, I should have implemented it. Alex will be given 90 days of probation to come in there, and I will still recommend, if he does well, that it be renewed. The reason I'm going far and beyond doing this thing, because I want to protect you guys. But Mr. Wilson, Mr. Wilson, are you still being influenced by Mark Comfort? Yes or no? Simple question.
No.
Pa Ben, are you still being influenced by Mark Comfort? Yes or no?
No.
Mr. Veteran, are you being influenced by Mark Comfort by any way, reasonably and beyond?
No.
Number 9, all report from SNT, Zonal Director, ED, Human Resource, Satellite Rotary Club Legal Department Chairman of Memorial Site, Mr. Jethro. I need those. Number 10, everyone needs to turn in inventory. If you don't, contact Liberia. Tell them, because they should help you. Say, what is it that you guys provide to chairman that chairman says you are in compliance? Let them show you. Let them come up and really show you, because this is something JRCCA 5 years existing. What, Marlovin, just tell me, you were the one who listened and you attended the program that JRCCA JRFI sponsored in Liberia. Tell me your quick observation of today, because that report is still going to come. Oh, I don't know. I don't think were you there today, Marlovin?
Today, yes, Chairman.
What is your impression? Because I just told you that's what I wanted to see. That's what NGOs do.
Yes, Chairman, I was very impressed when I saw the event that the Liberia, the CEMAC academic in Liberia, the event as we carried it out today. It was very, very, the event was very, very successful and was beautiful. We saw many, many activities, the parade, and we saw also many groups, that's categories of groups like health, military, culture, and so on. So the event was very, very nice, and
okay,
really appreciate the Liberia team for that.
Okay, you mentioned something that I want Veteran to pick on. You start mentioning ministry. Veteran, can you relate to what I've been teaching you behind the scene?
Yeah, for us to visit the ministries and get in contact with them.
And I say, where did I say your first point of duty to stop where? To go to where? And
Prime
get
Prime Minister's office.
And where you don't have to leave that office to go to the Prime Minister's office. By sitting there, where can you find that information?
Yeah, go to the website.
Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Have you ever shared that information with everybody?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the next thing is that, Mr. Wilson, I need you again to sit down, think through what you are doing when it comes to vocational. I really want to make sure, Mr. Wilson, you become an instructor for the sewing part, the sewing department. Think of a right thing to sing under vocational. Put that as a curriculum. I want you to become a vendor. If you put in energy today into what I'm saying, a thought process, and write down and calculate this thing, ask for help, you become a vendor. Vendor meaning that you will be teaching from the world headquarters how to prepare the African regalia, how to prepare those African dresses that those young kids were marching on the street of Monrovia this afternoon. You be the vendor for the Satellite Rotary Club. Mr. Wilson, are you hearing me, or you are hearing and passing this other way?
I am with you, Chairman.
You are with me, you gotta show. Put that thing, that is what, once you put it together, the curriculum, put it together, it start with orientation. I know we can work one-on-one. You can get back to me. If you don't know, we can have a live conversation. I can even train you how you put your thing and put the labels there. Same thing to everyone that is there. All right. Effective 1 June, membership dues are due. Have we reminded everybody on that, Mr. Veteran? Was it supposed to have started? Yes or no?
Yes.
How many members have you ensured that they've registered?
I sent out the information, but I have not received any registration yet.
Okay.
I even discussed with the membership director, and no registration came in yet. So the big question came in of the registration fees. That how much are the registration fees, which is what we needed to put it, receive the questions and send it to the board. And we are still working on that. So we get all the questions and submit to the board.
Okay, where do you find the answer? You are being a pay staff in there. Where do you find answers to things? As a pay staff, just sitting at BHO, where's the first place? Because this organization has already answered all the questions and you know it.
Yeah, this is the Constitution.
And where else, if the Constitution is not clear, where else do you go?
Lasting impact.
If the lasting impact is not clear, where do you go?
That is where I can, those are the two documents I can.
Okay, so you don't know about policies. That's why things are failing. There are policies out there that will already, you know, you and I had worked one-on-one on this. You have the membership, everything has been answered in the membership. When you sit there 24/7, the thing is right there. All is just a matter of fact. You take the question, you say, yeah, it's right here. The various levels of membership and their fees. You come to say that, oh, you are still collecting, you don't know where to get the answer. Why don't you ask me directly?
That is why I say we are getting the question because
the answers are there. The answers are there, and you know it. You're sitting there 24/7. You cannot.
I don't know.
This is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know the document that you are saying we have the fees and everything labeled there. I don't know the document. That is why I'm.
Okay. You don't know the document that states the membership levels, right?
Yes.
Okay. Marlovlin, is that the same?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let me give you this. Marlovlin and everybody sitting there, everything that JRCCA, every answer, every question that anybody can reasonably think of has an answer in JRCCA. And that's what I've been teaching veterans for a long time ago. Everything has answers. You go to the Constitution, it's there. You go to the Constitution, the very first thing, you go to the Constitution, is there. And veteran, if you are grumbling, open the Constitution, see whether there's no membership there.
Chairman, I've seen the membership. The fees is not there.
Okay.
How much each member is to pay?
What is the? Okay.
Let me open the Constitution here.
Okay. All right. The next will be discussion in the garden, bringing a guest. Pa Ben and Wilson and Emil, we had a meeting in the garden yesterday. Did you guys discuss that? The outcome to that pertains should focus on your interest. Did anyone understand what is pertaining to you on those minutes from the garden? Any idea, Mr. Wilson?
As for yesterday, Chairman.
Yes.
No, I never attended and I never saw it, Chairman.
Yeah, just because you did not attend is none of my business. Were you aware that there's a garden yesterday?
No.
Okay. How about you, Pa Ben?
I knew that it was, but I was out of town.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Okay. All right. What we are discussing in the garden is that we are going to work on getting farmers from JRCCA. When we say JRCCA, I don't mean you go start thinking of Zangtabi. No, I mean you gotta be with your structure. It means you gotta select a farmer from zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, to give them that opportunity to go train in Kenya. But my understanding is that your strategy is that we would rather suggest that the instructor come from Kenya to Cameroon and do it there, so it will cover a wider range of people. Those are the two options, and I informed the Guardian that I understand what you guys are saying, but it's gonna work on condition that you guys have to sit down and first of all clear your mind that when you are doing something, you're not looking at zone 1 alone, no, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5. You are looking at the whole thing, all the zones. So if you're going to get that person, if you are sitting there in BHO, you have to put your mindset in that order. You don't go and gather a bunch of people only in zone 1, and then you give them the knowledge. Same thing like if I'm taking this grant of millions, billions, I come to give you and you think that is just, oh, I'm only thinking about my zone 1 people, and you're coming from BHO, which is the higher headquarters, you're only thinking zone 1, you're not in this organization. I gotta see you think of, hey, how is this gonna be distributed equally in zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5? That's what I'm expecting. So far, if you're in the old regime, I always have to come back. You guys have to show me that we have to clean that old regime. The old regime will all be thinking, okay, my zone 1, my zone 2, my zone 3, my boys. That's why you see some people are in zone 3. They're still claiming that, oh, Tito had put an embargo, Comfort had put an embargo on the honeybee, a piece of land that I bought. And because I'm being generous, they take me for weakness. You can't do that. And by the way, Pa Ben, where are we with the hiring the lawyer to go get that every property from Comfort? Where are we with the lawyer?
I think this Crisanto said he was going to bring in the lawyer, just because the lawyer was not yet in town.
Okay.
So he traveled, then he promised that immediately he can, that he will come here.
Yeah, the law will say that they would Comfort will be feeding from Kondange. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And then they follow up. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
And after when that happened, Mr. Wilson, would you come to me and start making noise?
No, Chairman.
How about you, Pa Ben?
No.
Okay. How about you, Mr. Veteran?
No, Chairman.
Mr. Emir don't even know what we are talking about. Don't even go there. That's what I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, Niru, you got to be able, when you sit with my Comfort, bro, just tell my Comfort you're damn wrong. You can't be doing that rubbish. Just go give those things back. They are not yours, and stop the noise. Are you hearing me, bro, big bro Niru?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The last item is our vendor. We have selected Professor Njor, the Technical College in Ombe, that will be assisting you. And we're also selecting Mr. Pierre. And if Mr. Wilson can get that, Mr. Wilson should be the next vendor here. And Pa Ben, I need you to go back to the quails and chicken and all that. Let's get that done. I'm not going to be putting money into paying people when they cannot do nothing. And that's how you do, you see, first of all, Rotary, all what we're doing Rotary, you don't go Rotary because you want to get paid. It's volunteer. Take me correct. The way that you are going to earn, I want you guys to say earn. Mr. Wilson, say earn. Earn money. Earn. Baba say earn money. Yeah, it's because you are coming with a curriculum based on your training as a JRCCA NGO to provide services. That's what I've been training you for. And that's the kind of thing that I think Mr. Emil should take on Mr. Amin, we need to work. You figure out there's something there in for you that we got to figure out. Instructor in running the overall operation, you can put this thing that which you can do. So that becomes the end of this particular thing. I would just want each and everybody. I want to conclude. But before I conclude, I want to give everybody a chance to examine themselves, come up and give me your closing remarks. If this particular emergency meeting, what would have prevented it from happening? If you learn anything, if it makes sense to you. So I will start with HRD.
Yes, thank you so much, Chairman. This is very empowering, and it's a big evaluation first for me, and a call a warning for me to see that I step up in carrying out all my activities. And secondly, gathering everybody like this, having one and the same training is also so good that we all this training and get this evaluation at the same time, such that when we have other activities and we are being called up to carry out one or two activities, we are going to do it knowing fully well that we all receive this information and this training. So no one claimed of any ignorance or say he or she was not taught or was not informed about anything to do. So I really appreciate this meeting, and I would recommend that going forward, every month we have meetings like this. Every month we have meetings like this. It's really going to help me personally and help everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, there are three things that I gotta comment. One, it's a warning to you, like you said. Number two, but you have a protection on there. You have the powers. I don't want to be holding these meetings. I do not want to be holding this meeting. Take that away. You have the powers to let authority, to let anybody knows if he or she is not doing it. Don't be bringing me to this kind of meeting. Otherwise, there's no need for you to be there. You have the authority. You just have to exercise it. That's all. Monday through Fridays. And or you simply say, hey, Haben, come on in. Come, let's do this. Give me this. Making sure things get work done. I don't need to be having this kind of meetings. It's not called for. You have the authority, and nobody should challenge you. Because if they challenge you, you give something, assignment to somebody, they challenge you, what do? That's fine. You do like I've been doing to all of you. Do the second step, do remedial, do this. And when it comes, I'm observing. And then when it comes to when you're making decision, you just send over. This is what I've tried my best. I've tried this. Here are recommendations. Let's do this. Let's replace. That's all. That's simple. Get things done. And don't think that you're going to be doing things for zone 1, zone 2. No, all across. Somebody's not there. Replace. Even your mom, even your sister, even my sister, even my mom is not doing. And I want to clean all of these things. Go sit down. Make sure all of these things get done within the next 30 days. You got to start classify how you're going to do, because in the next 24 hours, I expect people to be paid. And if it's not clear, people get paid in this organization on the 1st. And by the way, we're not going to belabor this because there are those changes. Reinforce this and we'll go on and on. So know that you are the main person out there. What do I mean by main person? Everyone sitting in there is capable of doing what you are doing. If you cannot train everyone to know exactly and step on your shoes, that's a problem. Call for concern. Emil has the same capacity. If they give you a leadership role, you have nobody's above all. We are equal there. Just respect for others by doing what you're supposed to do. All of us in sitting today, I look up to you guys as the key leaders. to lead, like the Liberians are doing. Mr. Emil, what's your conclusion remark?
Thank you, Chairman. This meeting has like reawakened our minds on certain things we used to maybe neglect or didn't really pay attention to, which were really the basics, and you can't do without the basics at times, because if you miss the basics then, or the fundamentals, then you might get derailed along the line. And I believe we really have to take them serious, implement the policies as they are, and be each our brother's keeper, as you rightly said. And I believe this meeting has really brought so much into, has called a lot of attention. And I'm sure we're going to work towards that. Thank you.
Okay, Governing Council Chairman, do you have a secretary?
I don't have a secretary, but
Okay,
I know that
conduct election and get one done. That's all. Conduct elections and get 2 persons, men
I
and
will.
Yeah.
I'm taking the. Yeah, I was saying that I'm taking the HRD for my weakness. That really I need a secretary. I don't have to be. I had even told him that I don't have to be sitting all the time writing. When I think something, I tell my secretary, you see, this is like this, this is like this. He notes it down, and then I only have to reread it and then see whether it is correct or not. I'll make my continue to say I will finish my closing remark by saying that I am personally impressed with this meeting, because the chairman said so many things that to begin with, here in Africa, if I know something, I want only me to know it. I don't want any other person to know it. Even if I have to teach somebody, I will teach him and leave one small end like that, so that he should know that I am the Lord. Whereas the real thing, the truth is, as you have said, if you know something, make your next person to know it, because when you are not there, he will sit in for you. He will even help you. But here we do not know that. We just know that what I know, it was reserved for me. God gave it only to me. Are you sure that God gave it only to you? If we were to do as you are doing, why today the whole BHO should be should know how to manipulate the computer or what, the Zoom and so on. But most of us don't know why. We ought to know. I know that we ought to know. Just as I'm saying that I knew that I was supposed to have a secretary here, but perhaps the office wanted that it should come out from you or from the board. That asked me to be sitting down and be writing what children are writing. 74 years, 75 years. I should sit down and be writing. I should have a secretary. Now that it has come, I'm very grateful about that. If this meeting, if I didn't attend this meeting, I think that I would have counted myself that I've lost something. But now, thank you very much. I think that there will be a change amongst us here. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman. Let me react to that. One, you should be able to reach out to anybody at BHO, either veteran, and say, get this done for me. Two, it's one of the things that I want to take pride to see that you as the chairman, you make time in your precious time in your life, come sit there at BHO, do some work for yourself. Just enjoy, take pride in that. Because at certain point, I may be able to pick you up and ask you to go negotiate some tough businesses out there. You must be able, you are required. And the only way you can do that is by making some practice yes, Veteran, Lovelin, and everyone will do it for you, but I want you to be that one that I can call upon to say, go to the United Nations. I should not be afraid that you cannot write your name, or you cannot be able to expressly do that. You can instruct them, but at least get that time. So that's a balancing act right there. Yes, it's your position. Just say, hey, get it done this for me, Veteran. Not because Veteran is a youth, or it's because you are committed. Make time for that, because this organization is bigger than you think. You are in a position where you will be allowed to do bigger things. All right, so it's a balancing act right there. So the point well noted. Okay, so now the next thing will be Mr. Wilson. What's your closing remarks? Did we lose Mr. Wilson? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, closing remarks from this end. I'm expecting the BHO to take on these identifying complaints and resolve them, giving them those points. There are 14 points and many more can be added on. And with that being said, it's been a pleasure, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.